Hey, what's up? It's Margaret. I'm a staff writer here at Playbill, a musical theater historian and the producer behind the My Life in the Theater video series, and I'm gonna see if I can find a connection between all 26 stars in the My Life in the Theater video series before 2026. Time me. So our first episode was in April 2023, starring Nathan Lane. Now Nathan has been with a bunch of these people in different projects, but my favorite is Guys and Dolls, which he did with Peter Gallagher, and The Addams Family, where he played Gomez opposite Bebe Neuwirth as Morticia. Bebe Neuwirth has done so much, but I am partial to a chorus line, so let's loop in Priscilla Lopez and Donna McKechnie, two of the original cast members here. Donna McKechnie, of course, recently played Madame Morrible in Wicked, which was written by Stephen Schwartz. Stephen Schwartz also wrote Pippin, which Tova Feldshuh, and again, Priscilla Lopez played Bertha in the most recent Broadway revival of. Priscilla Lopez also starred in a production of The Oldest Profession by Paula Vogel, one of America's greatest living playwrights. Another one of our greatest living playwrights is George C. Wolfe. Now, George C. Wolfe is both a playwright, director, and producer. In his capacities as director, he recently did the Broadway revival of Gypsy with Audra McDonald. Now, Audra McDonald, a legend, of course, in that production, had a cute little dog with her named Chowsy. That dog was trained by Bill Berloni, one of the greatest animal trainers in Broadway history. And Bill Berloni also trained the Chihuahuas in Legally Blonde. And Christian Borle, of course, played Emmett in Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde also featured a set by David Rockwell. David Rockwell did the set also for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which starred Brian Darcy James. And let's just loop over here to Jonathan Groff, because all roads lead back to Hamilton. They both played King George III. Now we're going to jump back over to George C. Wolfe here. George C. Wolfe gave the great costume designer Emilio Sosa his Broadway debut in the original Broadway production of Top Dog Underdog. Emilio Sosa recently designed the most recent Broadway revival of Purlie Victorious, which was directed by Kenny Leon. Kenny Leon works with a lot of people over and over, but he particularly loves Irene Gandy. We all do, one of the best press reps here on Broadway. And Irene was the press rep for David Henry Hwang's Chinglish in 2011 during its Broadway debut. David Henry Hwang, of course, wrote Soft Power with Jeanine Tesori, which played off-Broadway, and Jeanine Tesori is connected to a huge number of people on this board. So let's do a quick fire. Of course, we've got Kimberly Akimbo with Victoria Clark. Then we've got the most recent Broadway revival of Caroline or Change with Chip Zien. We have Thoroughly Modern Millie, which at one point featured Christian Borle, and Casey Nicola in his final Broadway dance gig. Casey Nicola, we now know him primarily as a director-choreographer, but he was a dancer. However, his first choreographing gig on Broadway was Spamalot, which featured Christian Borle, back here again, and David Hyde Pierce. David Hyde Pierce, of course, did a one-night-only concert of It's a Wonderful Life with Jane Houdyshell, and I am pretty sure that is every single person on the board connected in one way or another. 26 stars, all before 2026. We've got a whole bunch of new stars coming up for you next season. It's gonna be a whopper. What a show. Have a great year.